In 2020, Facundo Campazzo was one of the best players in Europe, but decided to put that on hold to pursue his NBA dream. Campazzo's resume looked that of a player who could make the jump to the NBA, but when you are a 5'10" classical point guard, the odds are against you, no matter how good you are. Campazzo was 29 at the moment he decided to move to the NBA and sign with the Denver Nuggets. Fellow Argentinians Manu Ginobili, Luis Scola and Pablo Prigioni helped prepare him for the NBA, and the Nuggets informed him about the need to play both on and off the ball after becoming used to being Madrid's primary ball handler. Campazzo was brought in to be a high-floor third-string point guard for the team, but after injuries savaged the Nuggets, Campazzo was forced to be the point guard for both the bench and starting units during different stretches, even in the 2021 playoffs. Having a player that Nuggets head coach Mike Malone regarded as a top 5 pick-and-roll player in the world seemed like a seamless fit, but unfortunately, Campazzo was hit or miss during his time with the Nuggets. His inconsistent shooting numbers would have been tolerable if he was a threat to score in the paint, but as one of the shortest players in the league, it's no wonder that he had no business being successful inside. Campazzo's height wasn't just limiting his offensive game, he was often targeted by bigger guards and wings and routinely failed to contest shots due to his size. Obviously, Campazzo had some upsides too. Campazzo is a pure point guard, one who understands team basketball and looks to initiate the offense and get others involved. When surrounded by shooters or high basketball IQ players, Campazzo showed that he could be an impactful guard off the bench in the NBA. Campazzo didn't see the game 1 or 2 steps ahead just on offense. Putting his small stature aside, Campazzo was a real pest defensively and had tons of energy to press ball handlers. Apart from his size, what made Campazzo's life more difficult in defense were the different rules that apply in Europe and in the NBA. Campazzo himself said that he couldn't use his hands on players as much as he wanted to because in the NBA, referees didn't allow it. Campazzo continued, "It's like everything is prepared for the offense to shine. The court is bigger, you feel more alone defending those beasts and you have to use your legs, not your hands." Campazzo's downside outweighed the positives. After 2 seasons, the Nuggets decided to cut Campazzo. General Manager Calvin Booth explained that going into the 2022-23 season that ended with the Nuggets winning the NBA, the plan was to have a bigger and taller team without a pure point guard. As a 5'10" pure point guard, yeah, I think you get the picture why Campazzo was cut. There were other factors too. Campazzo's minutes and role in Denver shrunk in his second season due to the emergence of Bones Hyland. With Jamal Murray returning to Denver after an ACL injury and their drafting of guard Peyton Watson late in the first round, there wasn't even a spot for Campazzo in Denver. Yet, Campazzo didn't give up on his NBA dream and was snapped up by the Dallas Mavericks, but after 8 horrible games, the Mavs waived him however to make room for the former All-Star Kemba Walker. When you put the puzzle together, Campazzo actually had a great chance of cementing a place in the NBA. He joined a team with plenty of love and patience for international players. Injuries to others thrusted him into the starting lineup, but in the end, Campazzo became somewhat of a luxury item. A very small point guard who couldn't really score on the NBA level and was a target on defense. For Campazzo, going back to Europe was inevitable, but finding a top team willing to pay him a big salary was almost a mission impossible. Although he was heavily linked with Real, tax and salary issues meant that Campazzo had to look elsewhere. He was picked up by the Serbian giant Red Star Belgrade, and while Campazzo was eager to play, the club wasn't allowed to register him for the EuroLeague. They were unable to add new players and coaches to the EuroLeague squad until March of 2023, as a punishment for violating the league financial and fair play rules. Once Campazzo got back to EuroLeague court, he wasted no time becoming one of Red Star's top dogs. Yet, a return to Madrid seemed inevitable as was made official in the summer. The Argentine is now back in his European home and will seek to add to his EuroLeague legacy.
1 second to shoot it, Campazzo for 3, right on the buzzer.
It over the front of the hoop. That 3-pointer with